Well, hello there, and welcome to yet another episode of our podcast, Alchemize It All. Alchemize It All. I am your host, Maiya Katherine, and I am delighted and happy and grateful to have you here today. For those who are joining us for the first time, welcome. And for those who have been with us for the long haul, welcome back. It's always good to have you guys here. So, how have you been? I hope you all had a beautiful week. And time goes really fast because it's Tuesday again. And then we are recording another episode. And this one is super special because I have a big announcement at the end that you don't want to miss. And I'm going to keep this one relatively short. So just listen in, enjoy the content today, and please help me celebrate the beautiful announcement that I will give at the end of this podcast. So, just a reminder for those who don't know what Alchemize It All is all about, it is a platform where you come with your lemons and we guide you on how to transform them into lemonade. In other words, this is where you come with your disappointments, your disillusions, your heartbreaks, and we help you look at everything from an empowering point of view as opposed to a disempowering point of view so that you could extract lessons, wisdom, discernment from unpleasant experiences and transform them into liquid gold that you can use for your life and to be the best that you can be. At Alchemize It All, we believe that life does not waste a hurt, and neither should you. Why should you, right? So, today we are going to discuss a very important topic. It involves a term that I'm sure many of you have heard and is kind of making the rounds. And that term is highest frequency. That phrase I can say, highest frequency, right? When you listen to spiritual podcasts or read books on spirituality or on mindset or on spiritual awakening, wellness, this term comes often, highest frequency. And the consensus out there is that we should all try to live aligned with our highest frequency. So today we're going to talk about what is the highest frequency, how do you find your highest frequency, and how do you stay in your highest frequency. And it's important because when you are aligned with your highest frequency, you manifest easier. Your health is better, mentally, emotionally, physically. Life is just a little bit easier. So why wouldn't you want to vibe at your highest frequency? So that's what we're going to discuss today, and let's get into it. So, as I alluded to a little bit, your highest frequency is something that most people aspire to align with. It's basically the state of yourself, the version of yourself that is optimal, that is operating at the best possible way in every level. It is the state where you are aligned with your purpose, when your health is in control and doing well, where your abundance is flowing, where you feel joy and love. Basically, all your chakras are aligned, and you feel that life is worth living, life is amazing, and you are sure that you have everything you need to enjoy the best possible life, right? That's being in your highest frequency. So, how do you get there? Well, one of the main things about being in high frequency, or some people say high vibration, is that one of the biggest indicator of whether or not you are in high frequency is how you feel mentally, emotionally, and physically. So if you want to know what states, what situations, foods, anything puts you in your highest frequency, there are three things that you can consider to give you those answers. The number one is what I call an emotion scan, right? An emotion scan. Just like some people say body scan. Body scan is actually the number two point in this list. So emotion scan is slowing down and taking stock on how you feel emotionally about a situation, a person, or anything, right? When you do an emotion scan and you feel joy and you feel bliss and you feel peace altogether, it's usually an indication that that situation is part of your highest frequency. So, for example, if you are around someone and you feel not good, you have a bad gut feeling, you feel fear, you feel uncomfortable, that person may not be something that is aligned with your highest frequency. You may be around water, for example, or nature, and you feel a sense of bliss and joy and peace. That tells you that being in nature is one of the elements of you aligning with your highest frequency. So emotion scan is the first one. The second one, as we mentioned before, is a body scan. Your body tells you what puts you in a high vibration, high frequency, and what doesn't. I mentioned gut feeling a little earlier. Sometimes it's the back of your neck. The hair comes up when you're in a certain situation. Those situations usually are not good for your highest frequency, are not aligned with your highest frequency. It may be stomach pain. It may be shoulder tension, back tension. It may be that you have body aches. It may be that you get sick if you eat a certain food, if you eat in a certain area, if you eat around certain people. You may feel sick afterwards or sick during. That may be medical. And as I always say, this podcast is not a substitute for medical advice, so always consult with professionals when it comes to your health. But your health can also be, as I said, an indication of whether or not the situation that you're in or the activity that you're taking part of is aligned with your higher self. So do a body scan when you are around different people throughout your day, throughout your year, your month, and see what your body feels and start keeping track of that. After a little while, you'll start having a little map, a little roadmap of where you feel your best and where you don't. And that will start telling you what is aligned with your highest frequency and what is not. And the last thing I'll say is do a mental scan. That's a little different than the emotional scan. Emotional, you're talking about joy, fear, anger, those things. With a mental scan, you think about what situations make you feel capable, competent, sharp, powerful, witty, astute, and what situations make you have brain fog, make you unclear, unsure of yourself, unsure of life, not at your best mental state. As you do a mental scan with different people or different situations, you'll start understanding which align with your high frequency and which don't. Because the ones who align will make you feel capable, powerful, better, great. And those who don't align make you feel the opposite. So with emotion scans, body scans, mental scans, you're able to start mapping the elements that help you align with your highest frequency. And your highest frequency is frequency of love, joy, peace, bliss, gratitude. So now that you've identified the elements that align you with your higher self, how do you stay in it? How do you stay in that high frequency, high vibration? Well, I jotted down a few things. Number one is you start creating routines and habits, right? Around the elements, people, places, and things that help you align with your frequency. You bring more of that into your life. You put it in your schedule. If it's meditation in the morning, then I'll develop that habit and make it a daily thing that I wake up and I have a meditation. That helps you stay in frequency, in a high frequency. Another thing is do regular self-reflection. Schedule time in your day, in your week to do self-reflection. How was my week? How was my day? How did I feel around this person? You know, how did I feel compared to last week? Without self-reflection, we have nothing to assess. And without having anything to assess, we cannot gather information that we can use to either continue doing something or stop doing something. So self-reflection gives you that information. And the last thing I'll say is follow your bliss. When in doubt, follow your bliss. Do what makes you happy, makes you feel light, makes you feel blissful, grateful. Because there's joy. I'll say joy. It makes you feel joy. And I know some people interchange joy and happiness. For me, happiness is something happening, and in the short term, it brings you some type of satisfaction, and whereas joy is deeper, is all the way in, and it's longer lasting. So I prefer to say joy, but to each his own. Anyway, I really hope that you enjoyed this episode. Um, high, being in your highest frequency is being at a place where you flow with life, as opposed to forcing things to happen or going against the current. It is the state that we're supposed to be in. Problems will come, challenges will come, pain will come, sadness will come. That's part of life too. But the more we identify and maintain our alignment to our highest frequency, the easier it will be to deal with those things. And really, that's the goal, is that balance, right? So the announcement is that our podcast finally got a YouTube channel. Now you can find episodes of Alchemize It All on YouTube, and the channel is called Alchemize It All. Why? Well, what else? So I recently created it, I think yesterday or the day before, and this is gonna be the first episode that I upload in there. So I can't wait. I'm so excited. You could also find the episodes on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, Audible. But now you could also find it on YouTube. And in addition to the podcast, I'm gonna have shorts in there. I'm gonna have lives in there. And it's really gonna be a hub for all the Soul Tribe people to come in and to be surrounded by energy that helps them align to what? The highest frequency, right? That's the whole point. That's actually part of the description of the YouTube channel. Is a place to, you know, have everything, all the tools that you need, and the support and the love that you need to align with your highest frequency and stay in your highest frequency. It's gonna be a lot of deep talk, but a lot of fun. You guys know me. I like to laugh and um just to be silly and to smile, and also to be serious when needed. So it's gonna be incredible, and I'm so excited. So help me celebrate. Share this episode with whoever you think might use it. Go subscribe to the YouTube channel. Don't forget, you go to my website www.bluedragonflylife.com under the top podcast. It used to be links to Audible, Amazon Music, and the other platforms, but now you also have a link to the YouTube channel. So go check it out. And I can't wait to see you in the channel, and also follow me on social media at Maiya Katherine or author Maiya Katherine to know what we're going to discuss in the podcast on YouTube, and when I'm going to do live so you could participate, because after all, this is all for you. Remember, I always say this is all for you. So this, podcast, the goal for me with this podcast is to make it interactive so that we always have a beautiful conversation and energy exchange, and continue to lift each other and help each other align with our highest frequency. So thanks for being here, and I can't wait to see you on YouTube. Until next time, peace, love, and take care. Maiya out. Ciao.